Hey there, Stampin' Friends. This is Robin over at Trinity Design Studio, and I've got a really fun project for you today. I got a gift from a friend of mine last week, and I'll show you that in just a second, that inspired me to not only make this cute card for Easter, but this really sweet wall hanging. I just thought this was adorable, this most adorable little bunny. Here's the inspiration project that I got from my girlfriend. Isn't that adorable? She took let me make sure I got it in frame. There you go. She took a frame, a whitewash frame, and did a little punch bunny under the glass and put a fuzzy little cottontail on the outside of the glass and topped it with a bow. So simple and cute. I just loved it, and it inspired me to go back and see what I could do with Stampin' Up! Stampin' Up! Products, and create this wall hanging. So I made the wall hanging the other day and was having so much fun with that, I decided to try it on a card front. Now, the card front is not the project I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you how to put this wall hanging together. It comes together so quick and easy, but I wanted to just point out a couple of things. Everything I did on the wall hanging, you can transfer to a card. All I did was just make it just a little bit smaller on card size. And I'm going to give you the measurements for this too in the captions at the end, the credits at the end of the video, so you'll be able to make this card just as easily as you can make this wall hanging. Okay, let's get started, guys. So the first thing I need to do is I needed to figure out my base for the wall hanging. And not too long ago I did another project that used these canvases from the dollar bin at my local big box store, and they were just really simple to work on, because all I'm going to do is take some designer paper and cover the canvas with the designer paper. So let me go ahead and take the plastic off of this and show you. It's just that easy. Here we go. Take all the plastic off. I guess I should have done that before I started filming, huh? So this little froggy, as cute as he is, he's going to get all covered up with some gorgeous designer paper out of the Sunshine and Sprinkles paper pack. Now, all I did, I took my Tombow adhesive. I cut this at 5 by 5, by the way, 5 inches by 5 inches, which is the size of my canvas. Now, you may have a different size canvas that you find in whatever store you're working with. So all you're going to do is just cut it to the right size of the to cover your canvas. So I'm just going to take my Tombow liquid glue, my multi-adhesive, and put Tombow all around the outside edge, just like that. This is one of my favorite adhesives to work with. I know some of you guys don't like it too much. In fact, I didn't like it much when I first started working with it. I thought it was messy. But once you learn how to work with it, it's awesome. It sticks where you put it, and you have a little bit of time to play with it if you need to move something around, shift it around like that. There you go. And where I live in Virginia, it's very, very humid here sometimes. And there are times, folks, that Tombow is the only adhesive that will stick through any weather, believe it or not. As much as I love our snail adhesive, sometimes when it's really, really humid in Virginia, oh boy, look out. That adhesive is not always going to stay for you. But Tombow works like a charm every time. So all I've done is just glued my designer paper with the cloudy sky side up onto the front of this canvas. So I know the frog was cute, but he had to go in order to make our cute project. So next I'm going to take the new Stampin' Up! Sanding block. I love this sanding system. The block is so much easier to work with than the ones that we had before, and the sandpaper is a lot better for getting the edges off really quickly. And all I'm going to do is just smooth these edges. Just, if you see what I'm doing, just one side almost flat against the top of the designer paper. I'm just smoothing out that rough edge right there. Going all the way around. So I don't need to show you all that right at the moment, because I've already gotten one done for you, just like that, and I've smoothed out all the edges. Actually, I didn't. I think I saved this one to show you to do that. You know, I'm new at this video thing, but hopefully you'll see that I'm not perfect, and that's a good thing, because nobody is. Art is not meant to be perfect, right? We all make our little oopsies. So anyway, hopefully you don't see this as an oopsie. I just think that's adorable. So the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to make the grass piece right there. You see the grass? I already cut that. Isn't that cool? I did that ahead of time. I know you'll be happy when I start showing you what I had to do to get there. So my grass piece is a little bit larger than the edge. I'll just have to trim that off a little bit, but I cut it at 5 by 2, and I'm going to use our paper snips. The first thing I do is cut the hill, and you just can start any way you want and just cut. I know, freehand cutting. This is going to freak some of you guys out, but it's really easy to do. Just cut freehand, little hilly area just like that. And you're going to turn it around and use your paper snips again and just cut. Snip, 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 just like that. And it creates a little fringe that you can play with and fold down and crinkle and mess up, which is going to look like grass sitting on the hillside or blowing in the wind. The paper I used here is Lucky Limeade Color, and it's from the Designer Series paper stacks for the in colors. Lucky Limeade is going out at the end of May though. It's in color, it's been around for 2 years. So if you like that color and you want that designer paper, you might want to go ahead and stock up on that while you still can. So as you can see here, I've got all my little grass fronds cut for you, and I'm just going to take some more Tombow and add a little bit of that to the back side here, just like that, and glue that down to the front of my canvas. And yep, that's my nice grassy hillside right there. So since I cut that a little bit large, I'm just going to take my paper snips and trim right up against the edge, just like that. And you take your sanding block and boom, 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 and a little bit of sanding right there. Smooths off that edge just to make it look a little finished. And there you go. So easy peasy. And now I'm going to take my grass and crumple it and wrinkle it. Yep, have a little fun. If you're frustrated with your husband, you're having a rough day, there you go. Scrunch all that up. So what do you think? You like it so far? I think I'm ready for a bunny. I'm ready to make this cute little bunny. Now what I did, I took some first edition designer paper, and I just took a strip of that paper, scrap paper, and used some punches to form that little bunny body. So let me show you which punches. I used the 2.5-inch circle punch. I'll leave this here so you can see it. The 2.5-inch circle punch for his body, and I'll just take that and punch with my 2.5-inch circle. And then for his head, I used the 1 3/4-inch circle, just like that. Set that aside. And then I need ears. I thought, what in the world am I going to do for bunny ears? So I took out the Build-A-Blossom punch. Now this punch, oh, can you see that? Let me flip it over. There you go. This punch has been around for a while, and frankly, I haven't used it a whole lot. I used it a couple years ago to make my poinsettia card with the red glimmer paper, and this petal right here was the one that we used, so it's got little red glitter in it still from then. But the ear I thought was the perfect shape. This right here was perfect shape to make a bunny ear. So we're just going to lay that on the side of the paper and punch 1 and 2. 2 bunny ears. Clever, huh? No, I'm not really that clever, but I just looked at that shape and figured out that that would make a great bunny ear. So the next thing I'm going to do is give my bunny some pink. Now this bunny I did in Pink Pirouette, and I really don't think it's dark enough. I like the idea of doing the pretty in pink. Make it a little bit darker, just so it shows up a little bit better. I'm not even sure you can see that Pink Pirouette very well on the camera, but I'm going to do pretty in pink just using one of my sponges. Again, 1/6 of a round sponge. I think I've taught you all that before, and very good value with your sponges. I'm just sponging all of these pieces, adding some color. Color, so important. So there we go. And then our ears, we have to put pink on the ears, because you know all bunnies have cute little pink ears, right? There we go. Now you could certainly substitute any designer paper for this newsprint. I really liked how my friend had used the newsprint, or Old Dictionary I think is what she used for her bunny in my inspiration piece. I loved how that looked. It was just really simple and a little bit artsy, which is kind of my style. And I thought that would just be fun to try our first edition paper with that. So there you go. There's our bunny parts. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach these to the front of the canvas real quick. Now what I'm going to do is I want to do something a little different than I did on the first canvas. I'm going to slide this in the grass, just like that, because I think he needs to be sitting in the grass, and show that a little bit better, just like that. So there's my bunny, and maybe it needs to be a little bit deeper. You know what? I'm not going to worry so much about that. And there we go, a little bit of glue behind there to hold it down. Whoops, go on by there, bunny. Gotta sit in the grass today. Alright, there we go. And then the other bunny part is going to be his head. And peel that up a little bit. There we go. That's going to go right there, and his ears are going to go off the top of the canvas. So let me stick that down and put some glue right behind it. See how simple this is? I think this would be a great project for you to do if you have a child that you're trying to do something fun with for Easter. would be really, really simple and fun to do with them. And then our bunny ears, I want to take my bone folder and I'm going to curl that up just a little bit like that, and do this with the other one. And I'm even going to take my pink sponge back in here and add some pink to the back, just in case that's the part that you end up seeing, because I just think they need to be pink. You know, that's my bunny and I want to make him pink. So there, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to peel this up a little bit, stick that down, peel that up. Don't you love the Tombow? It lets me do that. And put a little dot of glue right there, smoosh, and a little dot of glue right there. Can y'all see that okay? And there we go. There's my cute little bunny. I love it. Love, love, love it. Now, let me show you how I got the sun. See, I've got this little sun up in the corner right here. That was so simple to do. I took another piece of the Sunshine and Sprinkles designer paper. This is the yellow, like the chevron design. It's got these cute little whales on the back. Sorry, whales, we're not going to use you today. We are going to use the yellow part, though. And I'm just going to take my, what is this? This is my 2 3/8 of an inch scallop circle punch. The name is escaping me at the moment, just like that piece of paper escaped me, jumped off the table. So there's part of a scallop circle, and I'm going to bring in my Daffodil Delight ink pad and a sponge. Once again, more sponging. The color on color just makes the color pop. So remember that as a design trick, guys. It's really easy to do. Now, how am I going to get that square? I know you were going to ask that question, so how about if I answer that for you? I'm going to take my 1 3/8 of an inch square punch, and I'm going to stick that right in there like that. And see how I've got that right up against the edge? Square, square, right there, just like that. There's my square. And it's going to fit perfectly right there in the corner of my canvas. Cool, huh? So all I'm going to do is take my Tombow like that, add a little Tombow to that, and stick that down. And guess what I'm going to do next? If you guessed that I was going to sand the edges, you would be right. Ding, ding, ding. You win. That was good. Good guess. Just sand that down just a little bit. If you could see this in person, you could tell that it really does make a difference to smooth that edge out a little bit. Now, just so you know what I did on the other one, for the hanger, I took a piece of the 1 1/4 inch pink pirouette two-tone ribbon that's in the Spring Mini catalog. I probably used about 10 or 12 inches, and I stapled it on the back of the canvas. I just used my stapler, boom, 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 stapled it right into the canvas back as a hanger. Super cute and easy. The last thing I want to show you, though, is how to do the little rosette ribbon, or the little, well, okay, it's a ribbon flower, and it's a rosette, yes, but it's actually his bunny tail. Now for the large bunny, I need 3 of these. On my card that I made, I only used 1 because it's a little bit smaller. I use smaller punches for the card. So all I'm going to do is take my paper and my craft scissors, ribbon scissors in my studio, and cut off 3 of these little flowers on my flower trim. And I'm going to leave them all together, but I'm going to trim off a little bit of the excess netting from around the outside edges because I don't want that to show so much. And trim just like that, and a little bit more. There we go. Alright, almost there. So I need to get color on them. All I'm going to do is bang it into my ink pad. Smush, bang it right into the top of there, smush, smush. A little bit more smushing. Smushing is a technical term, by the way, and if you're in my studio you will hear that used a lot. And let me just color that right there. You might get a little ink on your fingers, but that's okay. If it's pink, no big deal. It's pink ink. I just made a rhyme. Alright, so there is going to be our bunny butt. So stinking cute. Isn't that awesome? Now how am I going to get that on there, you ask? Well, how about if I answer that? I'm going to take some mini glue dots. Once again, one of my favorite adhesives, one of my favorite tools, because your adhesives are your tools. And I'm just going to take it and I'll put the first one down right there, and the other ones I'm going to smush up around it. Yep, there's my smush word again. Smush, smush, and play with it just a little bit. And there is his cute little bunny tail. Pink bunny tail, cute pink eared bunny. You got your sun up in the corner, your grass blowing in the wind, and I think that is stinking adorable. Who would not want that hanging on their wall for Easter? So stay tuned, make sure you watch the end credits today, folks, and I'll give you all the information you need size-wise for the card and, again, for the little bunny altered art. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you again real soon.